Welcome, everybody out there in the internet, to episode 77, lucky number 7 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. As always, I am Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art, and joined by, not followed, but joined by the ever lovely.
Hi, friends. I'm Sis, aka Hannah Joe, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
Family
Scooby-Doo!
friendly.
Friendly, play clarinet for us, Dad.
Oh, I can't. It
Squeak.
it doesn't have a read or one of the little things. It's on here for
Purposes.
purposes, which we'll get into later when we start talking about a show we binge watched. So anyway, Hannah, tell
Yes.
everybody what we do here.
Hi, friends. So today we are going to, like always, start off with some nerd news. We're going to chat about what's happening that's interesting to us. We're going to chat about what we've been binging. Dad is going to share his pull list with us. And we're going to review two things today. We are going to review the Image comic Reign, which is a 5-issue run. Limited series is that
Limited
what?
series, sort of a horror type.
Yeah, honestly, kind of a horror comic for our spooky Halloweeny episode, and we're going to review one of perhaps the greatest cartoons in the world.
I
Question
don't
mark?
know. It's pretty good.
Over the garden wall.
That's right. So, and for those of you who are listening on the interwebs through your earballs, we do go live on Facebook. So you could always join us, usually every other Tuesday at around 7:45 Eastern time, or 6:45 Central. So if you want to join in and talk along and all that kind of stuff, we'd love to hear you.
Comment. We typically talk to the people in the comments sometimes.
That's right. Hello, Ron. Anyway, so let's get started with the ever popular news to us. Nerd news. Nerd news. Hannah, what do you got
Yes.
for me today?
The Taylor Swift movie. The
Oh,
Taylor
you went and
Swift
saw
Eras
it.
Tour movie I was going to talk about. Then we got to binging. But she is popping off and is making all of the money and is the highest. It's the highest grossing movie put on by a musician.
Well, I get it because everybody's going to see it.
Because here's the thing, and here's another thing about going to see the movie. We have Regal Unlimited. So
Yeah.
we pay $20 a month. It pays for itself in 2 visits. You go see 2 movies. It pays for itself. Taylor Swift
It
being a
didn't.
special event
Oh, doesn't
didn't
count.
count. The tickets were $23 a piece.
Holy cow.
Hurley's making bank off of this movie.
Golly.
But
23 bucks.
here's the thing. I was like
What? Wait.
$23, and
Okay.
Trevin looked at me and I was like, "You want to pay $1,000 to take me to go see a Taylor Swift concert?"
So my question is, what do movie tickets normally cost at your place?
Like $12.
Okay, so here they normally cost 7 or 8.
Do you have it at your theater?
They did, yes.
I wonder if they had special pricing for the tickets.
I don't know. I didn't, of course, I didn't go. But
But yeah, it was special pricing. And Trevin thought it was going to be IMAX because
paid so much money and it wasn't.
it was not.
Sorry. So it wasn't even 3 days.
It was not.
Well, this is apparently the Taylor Swift portion of the show because rumor, and I'm just gonna put it down as fact, and you can say you heard it here first.
Are you going to talk about her and Travis Kelce dating? Because that's old news.
No,
Okay.
I have a feeling. I got a feeling she will be in Deadpool 3.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So apparently she's been buddying with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds lately.
Well, she
And
always hangs out with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. They are good
Yeah.
friends.
So-
Her Reputation album has voice clips from their youngest daughter at the time
got you.
in it. So she's been
So-
friends with them for 5+ years.
This would not be. So here's
That'd
the
be
deal.
hysterical.
So I wonder if she would just play herself, or there is a mutant who is a singer that takes sound and shoots light out called Dazzler.
That would be sick.
That would be sick if she were Dazzler. I don't know if that would happen or not, but that would be awesome.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That's
What else you
wild.
got? I know. What else,
Um,
Hannah?
Netflix has a new reality game show out,
What? Like what?
and
Like,
it is Squid Games.
oh yeah, I ain't watching that.
I'm not either. I mean, nobody's like perishing, uh, but
That you know of.
that no one's perishing. It's a
That you
reality
know
TV,
of
Daddy.
right now.
That
That'll
you
be
know
next
of.
season.
Maybe next. But they're doing, and apparently it's good. I haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm with you. It kind of creeps me out a little bit, that people would willingly like play this game that was terrifying.
So do you know where all these originate? What the I think the first ever piece of media that was sort of like that.
What? Like Squid
I
Games or like a reality game show?
like that. No, Squid Game type show, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, did you ever see the movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
They took criminals and put them in this. They had to run, and then people would vote on
Hunt.
who would have
They
to
would.
hunt them down.
They would hunt.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a like a Purge-esque movie that's come out more recently where very rich people
Oh yeah.
kidnap.
That's always been done. I mean, not I don't know if it's really been done. I'm just saying it's always they do movies like that all the time. What are you thinking?
No, just that's always been done. I'm like, that could be construed incorrectly. You mean in film, that is a common trope.
Yeah, that is a common trope. They don't. Yeah, it probably
Not
is
that
done.
this is happening to people that we know of.
It probably does. Right? It probably does happen.
My last thing, it's kind of on the same vein, so I'm just gonna say it.
Okay, good.
Lots of horror movies coming out.
Yeah,
Like,
lots of horror movies.
All of the news that I have been reading is like,
well, of course,
this
because
person's in a horror film. This person's in a horror film. This person's in a horror film.
It's that time of the year.
Well, Trevin also thinks it's because it's cheap.
Well, and they're saying pretty much that like comedies don't make money at the movie theater anymore, and they're blaming that on the superhero movies.
Well,
so,
make good comedies.
Okay, well, speaking of horror films, did you hear about the fourth grade class that accidentally got shown Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
No.
Yes.
Was it a substitute teacher that pulled that?
It was in Florida. No, it was for reals. Yes, a fourth grade class. They're like, the kids were like 20 minutes in. We're like, will you please turn this off? Will you please turn this off? It took like 20 to 30 minutes of them watching the film. So like the guy who created the movie is like, oh, anybody watching it could tell that it's not a kid's movie.
It's not hard.
A lot of serious, scary stuff happens in the first 20 minutes of this movie. So
I want to know if that elementary school is paying for the therapy that those children are going to need to have
for the rest of their lives.
Not for the rest of their lives.
So yeah,
we're being a little dramatic.
Maybe a little bit dramatic.
But I'm thinking of the stink that would be put down.
Fourth grade class. Happened. I think it was in Florida, of all places, of course. But so what else do I have? Movie related. Oh, so mark your calendars.
Okay.
Either December 3rd or December 6th, we are going to have a meet up at Elizabethtown.
Okay.
Because it's the 48 and a half year anniversary of The Holy Grail. It's going to be re-released to the theater. 48th and a half year anniversary. That's what they're doing.
I love them.
2 days only.
I've never seen The Holy Grail in the movie theaters.
Nobody. Who has? It's 48 years old and a half. So yeah, 48 and a half year anniversary, December 3rd and 6th, the only 2 days it's going to be in the theater.
Why 3 and 6?
I don't know. Clue. I don't even know what days those are.
I hope they make so much money.
I will. I mean, it's going to be packed. Are you kidding me?
December 3 is a Sunday. December 6 is a Wednesday.
We'll probably have to hit it up on a Sunday.
We'll have to be on a Sunday. The Chiefs have night game, so that works perfect.
There you go. We'll go to an afternoon matinee, go to get pizza and watch the movie. All right.
Yes.
Oh, guess who is hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend?
Oprah Winfrey.
Nate Bargatze.
No.
Yeah.
What are they going to have him do?
I know, like he's clean.
He's a clean comedian.
I have no idea. But yeah, him and the Foo Fighters are going to be on. Are going to be on Saturday Night Live. I'm so stoked for that.
Did you see Pete? David, I know you're not like it. We're not huge Pete Davidson fans,
No, I
but
did watch.
did
He
you
was
watch
actually
the "I'm Just Pete" instead of the "I'm Just Ken" parody?
no, I haven't seen that.
So there's a song. Ken sings a song in the Barbie movie about like I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10, and like sings a song
He just
about
goes,
like
"I'm
how
just
hard
Pete."
his life is. Pete's like I'm just Pete. I'm barely a 3. It's like hysterical.
Um, I did see bits and pieces of him. They did a Sunday Night Football bit
And
or
Travis
a
Kelsey was in it.
yeah, that was fun.
That was
And
funny.
he did the cold open, and it was right after the
Oh
Gaza
man.
thing. And I didn't know, but his dad was killed in 9/11.
Yeah, he made a movie
So
about it.
so he talks about that, it
Yeah.
was really good. He did a good job, I thought. I'm not a Pete Davidson fan, but the two
Yeah,
things I
me either.
saw him in was hilarious.
Nate Bargatze though, that's gonna be hysterical. I wonder
I
if they're just gonna put him in awkward situations and just have him talk.
I have no idea. I may stay up and watch it, although probably not because it's your mom and I are going out for her birthday. So yeah,
I
um,
had what is that? That's Saturday night.
yeah,
Um,
mom's birthday is Sunday.
yeah, I know it
So,
is.
speaking of Barbie,
Yes.
have you seen the 3 new Barbies that are coming out?
No.
Ted Lasso, Keely, and Rebecca. Yes, and they
Claw.
look really good. Well, Ted Lasso's okay, but
Yeah, the boy Barbies are not good.
no,
Sorry,
but
Ken.
Keely and Rebecca, they look really good. So yeah, Barbie is putting out a Ted Lasso special. What do you think about that?
I love it. I I'm not big. Ooh. There was a specific Barbie that I liked that had red hair and freckles that I played with a lot. Me and Miriam just kind of picked a Barbie that we liked and played with it. We never
Gotcha.
really asked for Barbies that looked like people.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I
Well,
think they're cool.
I played with headless Ken.
Yeah,
I was Ken with no head.
We gave Nathan a guy that we called Harrison because we didn't like his hair.
Nice. That's terrible.
We were very mean.
Harrison. All
I'm
right, I got one
so
more piece.
Nate, I'm so sorry.
I got one more piece of news.
Okay.
Oh, so the Fallout video game. Have you heard of that? You've
Yeah.
seen it?
Yeah.
So they're making a series on Amazon Prime. It's going to be released April of next year. And it's got some pretty big names in it, like Leslie Uggams. You know her because she plays Blind Al in Deadpool.
Yes.
Walter Groggins from Justified. He was also a bad guy in one of the Ant-Man movies.
Spooky.
Moses Arias.
We talked about him
I know.
recently. That's
Kyle
funny.
MacLachlan from Twin Peaks, and of course the ever popular Dune 1984. So I'm not from I'm familiar with the video game. It's basically about like the
Aliens.
1950s, nuclear holocaust,
Oh, yeah,
1950s with a cross between the 1950s or whatever. So I don't know. I probably watch it. There's been a lot of previews for a lot of cool looking shows coming out, but
like next year.
well, yeah, next year. Which is funny because listen, they have not announced any stars, what I would consider stars for the Lexington Comic-Con, because I don't think they can. So all they've been announcing are voice actors. That's it. And a musician.
Because movie, they haven't like come to a
You can't really do it because then it shows until this whole thing is done. I don't think they
strike is
can.
done. But the writers came to the writer's
Right.
strike is over.
Yeah, but now it's what? Actors
SAG.
Guild? Yeah.
The Actors
Screen
Guild,
Actors
yeah.
Guild. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what's the use? You can write everything you want, but if you're part of the nobody's going to act it out.
LOL.
So there you go.
LOL.
All right. Well, that's all I had.
Do you want to hear about what I watched?
Yeah. What do you watch?
I watched Adventure Time. We're still watching through Adventure Time.
Okay.
Trevin is watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I got it. Yeah.
I am not. But sometimes if I just want to sit on the couch and
David
cross-stitch-
Boreanaz from
David Boreanaz,
Bones.
yep. Trevin will just put on an episode of Buffy.
Gotcha.
If I want to cross stitch or like read a book and we want to be in the same room. So I'm not watching Buffy, but I've seen like 3 episodes of Buffy. We had some friends come over. They had never seen Dune before. So we watched Dune with them.
the first one. Yeah, because now the other one's not coming out till March, right?
24.
March. It's okay. Be all right.
But we're going to go see Wonka as a Christmas movie because I've already asked you about that and you said that we could.
Yes, and there's another one that they showed that looks really cool too. All the men in the boat, or all the boys in the boat. It's based on a true story during the Depression about this rowing
Nice.
team.
Cool.
Yeah,
The boys in the boat.
it looks pretty cool.
Um,
Yeah.
the big thing that we did
Hmm.
is we went and saw the Taylor Swift movie.
He
We
went with you?
Trevin went with me.
Poor guy.
He may or may not have snuck in shooters of Fireball.
You should. This is a family.
And
Uh,
okay, sorry, I thought that was funny.
that's
That's funny, Dad.
it's not funny.
Okay, I'll delete it.
Okay.
Maybe if I remember. I'm
You
not
won't
gonna
delete
remember.
it. You won't delete it.
Anyway, so it was wonderful and
Okay.
perfect. It was 2 hours and 50 minutes long.
Yeah, that's way long.
It was
It's about as long. I think
it was the long of the Lords of the Ring. Bleh.
Lords of the Ring.
Lords
the Lord
of the Ring.
Lord LOTR.
Lords of the Ring.
The Lord of the Dance. That's
How
hilarious.
long that it was.
That's like Five Nights at Freddy's is supposed to be about that long too.
Yeah,
It's
3
long.
hours.
I think.
Ron says it's way too long. You're wrong. It was the perfect amount of length of time.
Too long.
It had been going on for an hour.
But for
and a half.
$20, you may as well, right?
I'm just saying. And she cut music out of it. It wasn't even the full concert. She cut like 6 songs out of it.
Wow.
So we went and watched it. I sat next to a mom and a daughter. We took their pictures. There was a lot of like moms and kids there. It was wonderful.
Well, that's fun.
There was so like an hour and a half in, I didn't know what time it was. I'd just been like listening, singing. And Trev, I was like, how long? I feel like we could have been here like 3 hours, or we could have been here for 20 minutes. What is time? And Trevin's like, we've been here an hour and a half. My bad.
Poor guy.
But he's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how like when you walk into a movie theater, they have that like flat section where people who
Yes, you can either go up or go down.
Yeah, you can go up or go down. You sit in wheelchairs there.
Right.
It was a spot where people
Dance
would
party.
dance and sing.
Oh
It was
my gosh.
people would dance and sing. People had friendship bracelets that they were passing out to other people.
Your mom
Some
said you
girls-
got down there and danced and sang.
You
but,
know
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
There were middle school girls. I was the oldest person down there.
I
There were
imagine.
middle school girls who literally were videotaping it on their phones, jumping up and down.
Oh
I'm like,
gosh.
if you don't understand that that's going to be the worst video in the entire world for you to watch. And
It's okay. They'll sell that DVD at court day next year.
no.
That stupid Taylor Swift movie.
It was wonderful. I screamed my heart out to our song and Fearless and Romeo and Juliet and cried. I wept
Oh
and
gosh.
sang to
Anna.
Trevin. The mom that was sitting next to me, we would sing with each other. It was so much fun.
Was there any bad blood there?
We screamed Bad Blood too.
Bad blood. Okay.
I danced to Shake It Off next to a 12-year-old girl. It was lovely.
That's poor. Trevin was the only guy there.
Maybe. Maybe.
Sucker.
He sat by himself and ate popcorn.
Oh well.
And I would see people that were when I saw people that were dancing and they all looked very young, and I was like, I can't go dance. And Trevin was like, okay.
You're the same girl that will run around loops around a theater if there's nobody else in it going.
But nobody was in it. I was
That's
like,
crazy.
I can't do it. And he's like, okay, I think you could. And I was like, I'm gonna go dance. And he's like, you go, you do it, baby. And
That's
I
hilarious.
boogied down, and I'd come
Fun.
back. Are you having fun? It's so good. Just like weeping
Oh
about
gosh.
the Taylor Swift concert. It was phenomenal. She's a phenomenal musician. She's a phenomenal entertainer. Yeah. Ron's
That's
making
hilarious.
a joke about what.
Yeah,
I
what you
have
need to go.
I
this is
go
gonna
watch
cost
football
you.
with him every Sunday.
There you go. Wearing your shirt that says "I hope both
I'm
teams
not
just
wearing
have
it,
fun."
but I have a sweatshirt that says, I hope both teams have fun.
Yeah.
And
All right.
and he smoked a cigar on Sunday. That was a sweet treat for him too.
All right. Well, good deal. So what else? You binging anything else?
That's it. Oh, books.
Oh, okay.
I finished The Power of Habit.
All right.
It was a phenomenal book
Okay.
and talked a lot about the habits of individuals, of companies, and of societies, and how habit formation and habit loops can be helpful for all people.
Okay.
Um, it was a phenomenal book, and it was read by the author, which was really cool.
All right.
So I would recommend The Power of Habit. Listening to it, it's great. I'm currently listening to Digital Minimalism. It's a book about identifying the value added by the different technologies in our life and determining at what point the value added is diminished by the way technology has been created to sustain our attention over long periods of time.
I got you.
Um,
Mom was reading a book about a guy. Oh, I can't remember what it is now, but anyway, it talks a lot about like he only answers his email once a week.
yeah. So it's very interesting. He encourages you to do a digital detox where
Yeah.
you delete all non-essential applications and remove all non-essential technology from your life for 30 days.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm not going to do. But I have unfollowed over 150 people on social media.
Yeah.
And I'm being intentional about actually communicating with the people that I love. So I have
There you
had
go.
a
It's
phone
a good
call with
thing.
Marianne yesterday and had a
Mhm.
phone call with Emma today. So
Awesome. And
I've been calling my
a
sweet friends.
Zoom link with
And a Zoom,
me
yeah. So
today.
figuring out what is high quality leisure in my life is something that
Ooh, high
I'm
quality leisure.
high quality leisure, not meaning it takes this expensive person and I need to wear a monocle and smoke a pipe, but
What are you, the
like
guy from Monopoly?
yeah. So not like high quality, but like what's leisure that I could do that would add extreme value to my life.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah. I'm enjoying
We
it.
we have been watching sports.
Yeah.
The World Series is about ready. So
Hey, or anything
and
good?
um it's been good. Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Um we have watched a buttload of Fixer Upper. We watched them fix up a castle, like a house they call the castle.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of these other houses that I'm like,
You told me
"Hmm."
about that. There's one thing that you liked. It was like a wall for plant clippings.
Oh, I did. Yeah, we saw that too. Yeah. That was in her office. But it was funny because there was one that goes, I'm a school teacher and I'm an assistant for a nonprofit. And our budget is
$5
uh,
million.
$475,000. And I'm like, what? Who's got
What's
that much
what
money?
school do you work at?
And what nonprofit? I'm like, I don't think, anyway. So that has been on Hulu. So we've just been able to
Fun.
watch that.
Yeah.
And of course, I've watched Over the Golden Wall twice, but we'll talk about that later. And
So
and
good.
I am still pushing for people to watch Invasion on Apple Plus. The movie is that TV show is great. New episodes come out every Wednesday. I am up to date. I'm thinking it's getting close to the end of this season because things are coming to a head. Go
So
ahead. What?
Fixer Uppers Hulu. What's OTGW on? Over the Garden
Hulu.
Wall. Hulu. Okay, that's what I thought.
With no commercials.
I was gonna say.
And I've been reading. I downloaded the first compendium of Spawn.
Fun.
A
Are you
lot of
liking it?
a lot of words. Well, I had read the first few issues anyway. It's been so long though, I just forgot. But yeah, I'm just started into it. So that's what I've been binging. That's it.
Right
Not a
on.
lot. We haven't.
Me either. We've been watching a lot of. We've been doing stuff,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm
Us too.
not mad about. I like
No.
doing stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have one more wedding, and then we'll have gone to 4 weddings in 7 weeks.
Well, we have a concert this weekend. Matter of fact, starting next week and ending the 18th, we will have 3 concerts.
Yes, you're going to see
Lauren Daigle this
Lauren Daigle
weekend.
twice.
No, Mom already saw her once, so I'm seeing her
Okay.
once.
Okay.
Then we're going to see the Eagles and Steely Dan,
Oh,
and then the Philharmonic is doing a John Williams
tribute.
special called like Wizards, Dinosaurs, and
Space
Aliens,
monsters.
maybe.
Yeah.
Which is so it's basically Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, and Star Wars.
Yes, because they teased that
At the thing. You were there when we bought our tickets.
Yeah.
At the 4th of July.
At the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We're going to Wicked on Friday.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome.
That's Trevin's birthday present.
Never seen it. But you
You've
and
never seen
you
Wicked?
no, but you and Miriam sang that song
We did
uh
for good.
for the
For David, raise money for
autism.
David.
Yeah, that was great. Okay.
This one.
All right, Hannah. You want to do pull list?
Pull list, pull list,
Tell
pull.
everybody what a pull list is, Hannah.
A pull list is a list that you give to the proprietor of your local comic book shop that tells them what you're collecting so they can pull from their inventory the comics that you're reading. So you have a stack so you don't miss the books that you're interested in. So Dad's going to share with us 5 books. He's going to share with us a Marvel book and a DC book. He's going to share with us a book from an independent comic creator. He's going to give us a new number 1. So if you were interested in starting your own comic book collection but didn't know where to start, because let me tell you, walking into a comic book shop can be very, very fun, but also very overwhelming if you've never done it before. So he's going to give you a new number 1 that you can just go buy and check it out. And then he's going to give us his book of the week, which is his favorite one that he has
Ah,
picked up.
there were so many good books
Were
these
there
last
so many
couple
good books
weeks.
this time? That's so
Yeah,
fun.
no, well, so it was hard to pick. I don't like to pick the same ones over and over again. I mean, Nightwing was great, She-Hulk was great,
Is
but
it
I
still
picked different
Rainbow
ones.
Royale who's doing
Yes,
She-Hulk?
and still Rainbow
I think that's really
Royale.
cool.
Yeah, so and
Fangirl is an excellent book.
they restarted it, a Sensational She-Hulk number 1, starting with like a new storyline, I guess.
Cool.
But yeah,
Sensational.
it is, yeah. So I just picked some that I thought were good, and
Okay.
we'll go from there. So my D
Roll.
book is Batman Superman World's Finest issue 20.
Okay.
This book has sort of been not in continuity, which means it doesn't take place where all the regular books take place. This has sort of been in the past. But the funny thing is that the writer is making the things that have happened in the past mean something in present continuity, which is, I think, difficult to do.
Ridiculously hard.
But what happens here is Superman and Batman end up going to the Kingdom Come universe, which we did the
farts.
4-issue thing, because earlier in the run of this book, a kid crashes on Earth, like an orphan alien, and Superman helps train him, and something happens and he ends up leaving, getting mad, leaving. Well, he eventually becomes the main bad guy in Kingdom Come. So yeah, this is an interesting. So they end up Return to Kingdom Come is what this is called. So it starts a new story arc, and I'm enjoying it.
You love Kingdom Come.
Yeah, it's great. Are you kidding me?
Spooky.
So my Marvel book is Iron Man number 11. I think I've been touting Iron Man for a while. Iron Man has
Good for you.
he is fake married to Emma Frost, the White Queen. And so he breaks. What has happened is the mutant haters have used Stark technology, because he lost all the Stark tech, have used his technology to create Sentinels to kill all of the mutants or whatever with his Iron Man
Always
technology.
with the Sentinels.
So I know, but so Iron Man is, in order to keep them from killing his friends or whatever, has said that he won't wear a suit. So he has like a suit that you can't see. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, he still wears it. But Emma Frost says that there is an element on the mutant island, which of course the Sentinels are all there, that can help him create a weapon to destroy the Sentinels. And so this was about them breaking in, and he gets the weapon, he gets the mineral, and he creates like a cane because that's all the material that he has. And
he just has to whack him with the cane like an old man.
But he makes a cane so that it's not suspicious, and then he takes it to like all of his buddies. He takes it to Captain Marvel and said, "I need you to," and she's like she's going, and she can't even bend it. So then he takes it to Doctor Strange, and he goes, "I can't find any mystical properties. This doesn't even show up on anything, blah, blah, blah." Then he takes it to Spider-Man, and he says, "I want to see if this cane works, and then he just whacks him in the knee. And Spider-Man's like, "Oh man, that." He goes, "Wait a minute, my spider sense didn't catch up that you were going to hit me with it." So we're getting there. This has been a really good book,
He
Iron
makes a
Man.
cane.
I know.
Whack.
Whacks him with a cane.
Whack.
My independent book is from Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
It is Space Usagi.
How do I spell Usagi?
Usagi. Of course, Usagi Yojimbo is one of my favorites.
I know you love him, the Ronin Rabbit.
The Ronin
which
Rabbit.
you have made a mosaic and have sold.
I know. I sold it before it was even finished. Are you kidding me?
So cool.
I'm not 100% sure why they call this the space.
Is it issue 1?
It's like a special. So what you come to find out is that at the end of the book, you read this whole story about Usagi, and you come to find out that this is a descendant of Usagi whose daughter is reading this story, and he's really in outer
That's really
space.
cute.
And because they're getting ready to start, I think they're getting ready to start Space Usagi back. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
See, he jumped to a different distributor from IDW.
I was going to say he was at IDW.
Yeah, IDW's lost almost everything. I don't know. They're not doing well. So my new number 1 is that I'm not for sure if I'm going to continue to get this, but it's well worth mentioning.
Okay.
It is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So this doesn't take place in continuity either, because Superman and Wonder Woman aren't even married yet. There's the Justice League isn't even around right now, but something happens with the villains of like the
silly.
Yeah, getting a mother box, accidentally getting transported to this place to Skull Island. And then they're like, well, we know how to get rid of the supers now. We just transport Godzilla to Metropolis. So, okay, I don't know. It's just going to be pure.
Not smart. Well, I mean, that makes sense because don't they own those properties?
Warner Brothers, they may. It's by Legendary.
I think they do.
This is called the Monsterverse, which is something new that started with, but it looks pretty cool. Superman going to go fight Godzilla.
I think they do because HBO has all of the Godzilla monster movies as well as all the DC stuff. So I do think it might be they just own property. Like use the property you own.
Right. So I get it.
Cool.
I don't know if I'll keep getting it or not, but it was fun. It's worth you getting if you like that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
So my book of the week.
Woo! Book of the week. It's the book of the week.
It is the final issue 5 of Click Click Boom. I have really loved this. This book is nowhere near as wackadoodle as Doug Wagner's other books, like Plastique or
Image.
It's by Image, or Vinyl, which we read.
Vinyl.
But this is the mute ninja girl sorta who communicates with Polaroids. And it's the final of the story, which is really good. So cool. It is good. And
you keep going.
There's not a lot of writing in it. I mean, there's some, but the art is great. The story's good. Yeah. So I would definitely tell people to pick this up and trade if you haven't got it. So cool. That's it.
I remember a movie that we watched.
What?
Because Trevin got to pick because it was his birthday.
Okay.
Memento.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Have you seen Memento?
Bits and pieces of it. That's the one that goes backwards, right?
It's weird.
Is that Guy Ritchie?
Yes.
I think it is, yeah.
It was weird. The problem that we run into around this time of year.
That's what Polaroids brought up. When you said Polaroids, you thought of Memento.
I was like, Memento.
Because he can't remember what happened.
And so he takes pictures of everything and he keeps them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It is devastating.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a weird movie. It is a psychological thriller. That's a problem that Trevin and I run into. He's a horror film guy, and I have a tender heart.
Gotcha.
So and it's spooky season. And I was like, let's watch a horror film. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. And I was like, no. If you want to, I will go watch Disney in
That's
the
hilarious.
bedroom.
That's that's awesome.
But yeah, Memento was interesting.
All
I would
right.
recommend you watch it if you need something to think about.
No, I don't need anything to think about. I'm
Fair.
good.
It was
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Over the Garden
Do you
Wall.
want to talk about that now or last?
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about it now.
Let's talk about it now.
The last thing we typically we talk about quickly.
Yeah. So let's talk about this.
Okay.
So Over the Garden Wall is an 11 episode, 10 episode,
10.
10 episode series. Each episode's about 11 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
It was put out on Cartoon Network in, I believe, 2014, or I don't remember. Hold on.
I'm Googling it too. 2014.
2004, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2014. And it's done. That's it. So you can watch this like a movie.
It's 12 hours long. 12
right.
wrong. It's 2
So
hours long.
it is animated, and it is by one of the guys who not created, but helped write or storyboard or directed Adventure Time, and also The Misadventures of Flapjack. Now, I say that it's not like either of those. Maybe a smidgen Adventure Timey, nothing like Flapjack. But Hannah, explain what this is.
So I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry to see the series centers on two half-brothers who travel across a mysterious forest to find their way home, encountering a variety of strange and fantastical things on their journey.
Yes.
Which is just accurate. We watched some special effects, like special features about it, and how one of the creators described it was like fantastical fantasy stories that you would find pieces of in your grandmother's attic.
They've got it listed as either dark fantasy, comedy, drama, mystery, adventure, horror. That's what it's called. They've got all of those tags.
Which is why it's so hard to explain it to people, because it's hysterical.
Okay, so the record that my friend has, it is you have beautiful eyes. It's the eyeball.
Yellow.
From the dog.
It's the eyeball from the dog.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's very hard to explain. It came out on Cartoon Network. So was it originally for children?
No, not at all.
It was on Cartoon Network.
So
I think it's TV's like
14
7.
TV. No, well, I don't. It ain't for kids. I mean, can kids possibly watch it? Maybe, yes, but it is much
teenagers.
It is much deeper than for children. I mean, there's some creepy stuff in it.
There's some really devastating stuff in it, like the woodsman and the Edelwood trees.
Yes.
Are we spoiling everything? It's been out for almost
9
10
years. Yeah.
Ooh, I hope they do something for the 10-year anniversary. So these kids, do you think they're dead?
No, they're not dead. I don't think they're dead.
Do you think that they were in like purgatory or like some sort of afterlife?
No, I don't think so at all. Something happened. But the issue is, like, when they come to, they're in the water, right?
They're in the water.
Yeah, but they have the same experience. So it's not
and the frog has the bell in its belly.
Yeah. That's a rock fact.
That's a fact. A rock fact is something that is inaccurate.
Oh, is that what a rock fact is?
A rock fact is a lie. And that's a rock fact.
So it starts out with the two kids being lost in the forest. We don't know why they're in the forest. They're trying to find their way home. Greg is the older brother, and they're half brothers. And you don't know that at the beginning.
Wirt is the oldest.
Wirt is the older, W-I-R-T. You don't know that until Wirt gets mad at Greg and says, "It's your dad's fault for marrying my mom and making me be in the marching band and play the clarinet." And ain't that the way?
Ain't that just the way? So Wirt is wearing like a cape and a red hat
Yeah, we
a
don't
red
know why.
pointy hat. Greg is wearing an upside down silver tea kettle
And has a
and
frog.
green overalls, has a frog he cannot name, and has candy in his pants.
Yeah. Candy Trail.
Candy
That's
trail.
how it starts out.
Candy camouflage.
But that's him throwing it up. You come to find out, like around, I think it's episode
Episode
eight
9.
or
Episode 8
nine,
or 9.
8 or 9. You come to find out they give the story of why they're there and how they got there.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is that the older brother, Greg, likes a girl
Mm-hmm.
and he makes her a mixtape. And there's like it's Halloween. It is literally trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg is dressed up as an elephant. That's why he has
Which is the literal cutest thing
Yes,
to
'cause
just
he's a little brother.
learn about him because he's a little boy.
he is innocent and thinks good things about everything.
He
And
loves Wirt so much.
Is a worrywart.
He is an anxious little nugget.
And his yeah.
Voiced by Elijah Wood.
And it's funny because he speaks in poetry a lot, but he does write poetry.
Mm-hmm.
You come to find out.
He writes poetry and had like clarinet songs on this mixtape for this girl.
Did you see the
likes.
turtle poster in his room?
No. There was a what poster in his room?
Turtle poster in his room. There's turtles everywhere.
My little turtles. We're
Did
here
you-
to burgle your turts.
Did you notice that the boat that the two guys put in the water at the beginning is the boat they're on?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Is the
So-
boat. Well, so if you go back and if you search Into the Unknown, which is the song do 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 do.
So it has a lot of music in this
Has
as
a
well.
ton of music in
Ton
it.
of music.
I'm
I'm the
there's a song
highwayman. I get things done. Whatever.
just like any man.
And then
And he's like moving and dancing.
Adelaide.
The Adelaide Parade.
Come and join
Potatoes
the
and
Adelaide
molasses.
Potato. Oh, that's a great one.
Did you
Potatoes
notice
and-
in the very last episode when Wirt and Greg are talking, it's potatoes and molasses in Roman, what's the Roman language?
Greek or Latin?
No. Oh, that was so loud. Sorry, I apologize.
Latin.
Yeah, Latin. Ooh, potato, oot molasses. Like it's like they're
That's funny.
singing it in like a really high pitched voice. It pulls a lot of inspiration from early cartoons.
Yeah, it's creepy. There's parts of it that are creepy. So they're lost in the woods. There is a woodsman who has to chop down these trees to keep fueling his lantern. If not, the beast will come. But there's an underlining tone about where this oil comes from and where these trees
It's the
are lost
Adelaide
souls
trees.
lost in the woods.
Mhm.
We get a Potts field, which is everybody.
Don your
can-
vegetables.
Don your vegetables. It's a town of
Pumpkins.
I don't want to ruin everything. If you've not
Just
seen it,
ruin
you
it.
need
Ruin
to
it.
watch it. There's skeletons who wear pumpkins.
Who wear pumpkins. So they say, don your vegetables, and then they show up. Wirt and Greg are two little boys that show up, and they show up, and they're like, you're here early.
Yes, because they're not dead yet.
Enoch
funny.
is terrifying.
He is, but he wasn't mean.
He wasn't
didn't
mean.
Didn't do
He's
anything
like,
wrong
you
at all.
come here, you you trample our crops.
And we're going to sentence you to death. No, what did he say?
to
I'm
2
just kidding.
hours, a couple
2
hours
hours
of
of
manual labor.
That's what he says.
Classic.
Yeah. But
Classic.
so that, and then there's also, they pick up a bluebird who is supposed to try to help them get back home, but really she has.
You were talking about how much you loved her, and I just had to keep my mouth shut.
No, I liked her. It's still, she did
she's
what
funny.
Do you know who the voice is at?
No.
You have a baby in a bar.
Oh, yeah.
That's her.
That girl, really?
That's the girl. She was
Beverly?
just recently the mayor of Kansas City on This Is Us.
That's cool.
No, The Last of Us.
Yeah,
She was
that's cool.
recent on The Last of Us.
It
yeah.
was, yeah. So Beverly she's cool.
Not Beverly. That's
No,
not the name.
What's her
Beatrice.
name? Beatrice. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Adelaide of the pasture.
John Cleese
Terrifying.
from Monty Python.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you think of Auntie Winters? Auntie Whispers.
That's also John Cleese.
Auntie Whispers. And Auntie Whispers being like, by the way, don't visit Adelaide.
Yes.
She's terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's hilarious.
Hysterical. The monkey. So if you go back and rewatch the beginning of the TV show,
Mm-hmm.
it shows clips
Yes, it shows that
from
yeah.
every single thing. So
Yeah.
the toy maker, like the toys that are being placed, is the toy maker at who is in the where everyone is singing about I'm the
Oh,
highwayman.
yes. Gotcha.
And then the tea company guy, the horse is in there,
Mm-hmm.
the woodsman is in there, the daughter who leaves the house,
Yes.
Beatrice looking down.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice got her entire family turned into bluebirds. What do you think she did?
And that's hilarious because they said, what are you going to do? Get us turned into bluebirds again or whatever? Yeah. And I like the little, so we're following these around and these kids trying to get back home and they have to overcome these creatures and, um,
There are frogs that talk and sing and wear
yes, and we're
clothes.
closed. The funny thing is Wirt, I want to do that. Like which of these is not a name that Wirt called his frog? He calls him so many.
Greg.
Greg calls his
He's
frog.
okay.
You think they're
The
upset
George
because the president
Washington.
doesn't have any clothes on? George
Jason
Washington.
Thunderburger.
Yeah. That
Okay,
Jason.
guys.
Yeah, hello, guys. Yeah.
Can I come with you?
I like Sarah. She's cool.
Sarah's cool.
I'd want to hang with her.
Sarah's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
The teacher who's just like,
She's
oh,
for the gentleman he used to
used to
be.
be.
Yeah, so creepy, so
when
weird.
he closed my eyes.
Yeah, so because they run they one episode they go into a school of this lady a primary school for animals. Like
Animals.
what the heck?
She cannot teach them anything because they're
Oh,
animals.
it's
And the
so,
dad shows up and he looks so mean and angry and he steals the instruments and you
he
think that
doesn't
he's
steal
an
the
awful
instruments.
guy.
He's
But he
taken
takes them because he has to sell them so that he
keep the
can
school.
have money for her dream.
Yeah,
And he takes his jacket off and he's so
he's like,
small.
yeah, I know that was funny too. So I guess why, Hannah, do you like this so much?
It is hysterical. And it is a beautiful story about brothers
Mhm.
and about loving the people that you're with.
There's a lot about family, honestly.
There's a lot about family, and not even the family that you have, but the family that you make, like
Right.
Auntie Whispers and Lorna.
Uh-huh.
The ringing of the bell commands you.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they're a family. Jimmy Brown and the teacher is a family.
Beatrice and her family.
Beatrice and her family. Wirt and Greg.
The
like,
woodsman
learning-
and his daughter.
Woodsman and his daughter. Like it's a lot about like families coming together. There's a lot. It's quotable as heck.
Yeah.
It's
There's a lot of sadness in it.
quotable. It's yeah.
By the way,
it's
Doc Brown from Back to the Future is the woodsman,
the Woodsman.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
He's phenomenal. The
Mhm.
Beast is so scary.
It's creepy. But I like that Wirt just is like, you don't scare me.
No, and I'm
I
not doing
think-
that for you.
I'm not doing that for you. Matter of fact, I think you're so worried about this. I think this might be about you.
Yeah.
And
it was to save his brother too. Like I don't think he would have had
Yeah.
that strength
mhm.
of heart and of self to do that just for him.
Oh no, he's already turning into a tree. No, I swallowed some leaves.
Greg, he's the cutest, and he just loves people so much.
Yeah, no, I swallowed some trees.
I was just eating
Leaves.
leaves.
I was just eating
I was
leaves.
just eating leaves. It's so quotable too. Ain't that just the way? Rock fact.
So my friends Luke and Asia, they have an over the garden wall party every year, and I think I might just got us invited for next year.
Oh heck yeah, that sounds like a blast.
I
That's
know.
something
so
that
they-
we've tried to do. We've tried to have people over. We had a couple friend of ours come over, and afterwards we were like, "What do you think?" My friend, who once you get to know her, she's very matter of fact with you, but beforehand she's very quiet. Was like, "That was
Mm-hmm.
awful." I'm like, "Okay."
we won't do this next year.
I'm
Oh,
like,
well.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for sitting with us.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's fun, it's funny, it's sad, it's very autumnal.
I get it. Yeah, because it takes place at Halloween, and I mean it is autumn. There is snow in one episode because you never know, you could get snow. around fall or whatever.
Stick season, if you will.
Yeah, sticks. Yeah, stick season, and he's picking up sticks and leaves everywhere. So, and it does take place at Halloween. Yeah, it's. I can
And like
understand why.
pumpkins and
Yeah,
the
pumpkins.
drawing style and the
Yeah, it's
color
very.
scheme.
It is. It is muted. It's dark. Yeah, I get that.
What do
Sort of
you think
like
of it?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I think it's definitely worth rewatching over and over and over again.
It's
I think
some
there's
like you miss some.
yeah, there
There's
is.
something else every time you
Every
watch
time you
it.
watch it, I get it. I can understand why people would watch it every fall, just like me wanting to watch the Hobbit
Mhm.
cartoon or listen to the Hobbit every fall. It just has that. Matter of fact, it has very much the color scheme as the Hobbit cartoon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It takes. I was saying that it takes a lot of. It pays homage to a lot of old film styles, of like styles of cartoons. If you go back and watch, like it, like sometimes frame by frame, looks like vintage cartoons.
Yeah, it does. I can see that. Absolutely, especially the pumpkins,
Hmm.
and I guess just the style, even the girl,
The
the
highwayman
school.
dancing, the schoolwoman's
Yeah.
face, the tavern keeper's face,
Hmm.
very Betty Boop style.
Yes. I agree.
Very, I don't know. It's like they are transported to like golden age Americana,
Okay. Yeah, I
like
definitely give it.
schoolhouses
I give it.
and steamboats
I
and
give it five frogs easy,
yes.
or five mixtapes.
So this is our Trevin and I. For those of you who are in our visual medium, we have an over the garden wall where we have art from over the garden wall and like trinkets. So we have swan scissors. We have Dad has a clarinet with him. We have swan scissors. We really want to get a bluebird. We want to get a cassette tape. We want to get a frog. We need a bell. And we
Wait,
purchased
what did I
a
miss?
plate.
I know. What did I
Purchased a
miss?
plate.
What did I miss about a gorilla?
A gorilla. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Jimmy. Jimmy
yeah. Jimmy was a
was glued
gorilla.
into the gorilla suit, and
A
he
friend of
was
mine
joined the
said
circus
she
so that
wants
he
a
could.
gorilla cookie jar.
Yep.
Yeah, that would
He
be. That's it.
yeah.
I forgot about Jimmy in the gorilla suit. How could I
Jimmy in
forget
the
that?
gorilla suit.
Yeah,
That's the whole
to
reason.
raise money.
A
Yeah, I don't know why I missed that.
yes, I.
Yeah. All right.
So
So guys,
fun.
go watch it. Watch it
Yes.
on. It's on Hulu if you have Hulu.
Buy
If
it if
not,
you want to.
and just don't look for merchandise or collectibles
Don't.
because they're a fortune.
You can't buy
You
any.
can't afford them.
You can't afford anything, you guys.
Yeah.
I was looking to buy a record for my dear sweet husband because this is his favorite
How
thing.
much was it? 500
It
bucks?
was $500 on eBay. I don't
Yeah.
even know if it works. But yeah,
Yeah.
like Dad said, it looks like the eyeball of the dog who ate the turtle.
Yeah.
We're here to burgle your turts.
Shush.
Shh. You shush.
No, you shush.
Shh. You shush. Just like how two brothers would talk to one
I
another.
know. I love it. I'm here to burgle your turds. Come on, Benjamin Franklin. Did you? And in one scene where they had both him and the frog, they had the way they were sitting and moved. They were
Was
exactly the same.
Yeah. It's
I love
hysterical.
the frog.
Did you the scene where they're at the where Wirt is like having is like the lover, the young lover.
Oh yes, tell us
that
your.
one. And
tell us-
Greg is just eating food
Yes,
the entire
like all the
time.
entire time.
The
Yeah.
amount of plates that boy has stacked
It's
by the
hilarious.
end.
Yeah, we don't feed your kind here. We don't feed animals. Had to get out.
The horse, I want to steal.
Yes, yes, I want to steal. That's so bad. All right. Hey,
Okay.
we don't have a whole lot of time, but we also
Yes, we read Rain.
It is a 5-issue comic book series.
I tried to explain this to Trevin and I did such a bad job.
Did you?
Yeah.
So this book is written. Okay, this comic book is based off a short story by the author Joe Hill. Who, if you don't know do you know who Joe Hill is,
You
Hannah?
told me.
Yeah, that is the son of Stephen King, but he did not want to ride his dad's coattails, so he has a pseudonym. He goes by Joe Hill. So this follows what happens is, I think there's a lot to be said here for like climate change and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. But what happens is one day in Colorado, it starts to rain nails.
But it's like crystal.
They're like crystals, but they're the
But
size
they're
of
like
nails.
nails.
Yeah.
They don't have a
And
they don't have a thing on the head. They're just like sharp.
correct. Just like shards. The
Yeah,
like
crystal
yeah.
shards.
And they fall from the sky. And it's said that like 2,000 people died a second or something, or a minute, 2,000, whatever.
Uh,
It was in
16
the
people died a second.
16 people died a second. And so this is a young girl. I wouldn't say young. I'd say she was college age.
Yeah.
And
She's able to live by herself.
and
So
she
early
has
20s.
a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and her girlfriend's mom come to visit them, and the girlfriend and girlfriend's mom get stuck out in the
Out in
rain
the rain.
and get killed by this
Yeah.
at the very beginning, the first book. We're introduced to a couple other a young boy
Mm-hmm.
who and his mom,
Mm-hmm.
and they call him a vampire because he's never allowed to go outside because he has a sickness that he can't go outside and be in the sun.
Yeah.
So the girl who survives, her name is Honeysuckle Speck.
Mm-hmm.
She decides that she's going to trek to Boulder, which is about
30
know,
miles.
30 miles, to let their husband, the husband and dad know that they perished.
Yeah.
And so it's her walking
Journey.
her journey there in 5 issues. There are some doomsday kooks.
That's a beautiful way of saying it. Doomsday kooks.
There are some bigots.
There's some just straight up bad dudes.
There are some bad guys who got out of jail.
And there are some cool dudes.
There is an MMA fighter
who has a giant X tattooed on his chest, who is the coolest dude in the thing.
And yeah. So, and it's that about her journey, and then so
it's rated teen plus.
It's pretty graphic.
There's some gore in it.
The art is beautiful.
The art is beautiful.
It's amazing.
The colors, like the color palette that they've selected is stunning. The patterns that they have are beautiful. The story is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you think
ride
about
on your
Hannah?
dad's coattails. You are doing some good writing.
Yeah.
I really liked it. The twists were twisty in the right way. Some of it made me sad, like
it's like
her going parts of it made me. How in depth do we want to be?
Well, I mean,
the part with the dad outside,
that was bad. That was disturbing,
terrifying.
Yeah,
and made me angry.
Yeah.
And then the other dad trying to pull some shenanigans was disgusting too.
Yes. And then the one dad, the vampire boy, who's not really a vampire, his dad, he might have been killed.
I think he was killed by the government. Was that your read on that?
Either by the government or the company to keep it secret.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. The mom doing this awful thing, but then sacrificing herself to save her son.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Man.
And I didn't like the fact that the
cool guy.
I know.
He didn't need to do that to the cool guy.
I know.
He was cool.
I know. I was like, because listen, so when I read this and I got issue 4, I thought the book was done. I was like, so if go and read this and just read through the first 4 issues.
It's
and just stop at issue 4.
It's a completely different story.
Completely different ending.
It's a completely different story.
And then I was like, oh wait, there's another issue? I was like, what?
Is this cover B?
No, I don't. It could be. I thought it was cover A. I
Because
usually got A's. I don't know.
This is something that I thought was
Hannah is showing me covers on.
Because look at the theme change.
Well, maybe. Oh, I bet you I did get a cover.
See what I mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is it like to say, like the theme of the covers change? It's all white with a shard of glass through the characters that are the main people of that storyline. And then the very last one is a red cover, and the number is on the wrong side. Like the number is on the left and then on the last cover it's on the right. So if it's not a variant cover, that was a stylistic choice.
No, that's a cover.
That was a style choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
She looks angry too.
She looks angry.
She looks like
Like
Wolverine, basically.
she does. She looks like Wolverine. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. I didn't think about that.
I had them all laid out, and I was like, the covers are beautiful. Like
And
they're
then that one,
sad, but they're
yeah.
beautiful. And then you get to
Hmm.
the last one, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
ah, like it doesn't look like it goes together. So I
No.
do think that was a stylistic choice by the artist to kind
Yeah.
of say this is a different book
No
than
kidding. Than the other four.
the other four.
Maybe we shouldn't read the issue 5. But I mean,
Stop
if
at book
you
4.
stop at book 4, yeah, because it has a much happier ending at the, even though it's not a happy ending,
It's
it does
not.
have a happier ending. So yeah.
I did enjoy it. I really liked, even though book 5 had that weird ending, I liked the Dracula kid and her deciding to be together
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
go forward into the
Yeah.
future. The Dracula kid is maybe my favorite character
I get it.
in it.
It's a bummer though. I mean, do you think that was ever going to stop or get worse, or do you think she
I think it
had
would
the
get better. I think the iPad that she had that had all of the chemical compounds in it
mhm,
would had the
give
stuff
it
in it to change the
give
rain.
the answer to fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so guys, yeah, that was interesting because it would say the forecast and percent chance of rain, or you know,
80%
and
heat index this.
seeing like the highway covered with, it's pretty rough. Yeah,
Cuz how fast
yeah, it came down
people
so
were
fast.
going.
I know, yeah, crazy.
It
Yeah,
made me think of Day After Tomorrow and
yeah.
the hail.
Oh yeah, big pieces of hail.
Hmm.
Yeah, this would be worse, I think.
This would be worse. I'm trying to think. Would I even be safe in my house?
Um, yeah, probably,
Eh,
probably,
maybe.
maybe. Just
Uh,
get underneath that big xylophone,
or this wood table.
and
I
then it
just
would just
hide
keep
it.
going. Just
Run
keep
to the
going.
table.
Ding 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 ding. All right, folks, that's all we got for you this week. Thank you
Watch over
for
the garden wall.
and
It's
read
good.
Rain. Pick it
Read
up if
Rain.
you like horror. I don't know if it's considered horror. I guess it is.
It's like doom apocalypse horror,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's for teens,
yeah.
adult,
Adult, yeah, upper
ad,
teens.
up late teens.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think
So
mid like 8th grade, 7th,
yeah,
8th grade could watch Over the
um,
Garden Wall.
and as a parent, I would read it first to see if what is
Yeah, if
represented
you
in it
yeah,
represents what you want your
if you
child
okay,
to read.
which
Yeah,
you're allowed to do for any type of media your children consume.
you should do it for any type of media your children consumes. I'm the old
Well,
fart talking.
well, I was not going to say that
Okay.
because
Anyway,
I'm not a
Hannah,
therapist in this capacity.
there you go. I'm an old fart dad saying this is what you should do.
I get to say what I want to say.
No, you don't. Just kidding. Yes, you
No,
do.
that was me being you. I had
That
my
was
dad hat
hilarious.
on.
Yeah.
Friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're glad for you to spend some time with us on our little corner of the internet. Our intro music was created by Brockwell Nason. You should follow him on Instagram at Brockwell Nason Music. He does a lot of shows in the Nashville area. So if you're in town or are just looking for some music, check him out. He performs often. Our intro music was made by Nate. Thanks for doing that for us, bud. He made that in Microsoft Paint. I edit and upload our podcast, and Dad maintains our YouTube.
Tube. I'm behind, but so is Hannah.
So am I.
So
It's fine.
we're gonna get it all fixed.
Yeah.
BT Dubs, it is official. I will be at Heroes Con in June.
Sick. Which one's Heroes Con?
That's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Father's Day weekend.
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
Woo!
There you go, guys.
Peace and love, and we
That's
will
right.
catch you
On the
on the flippity
flippity
flop.
plop. Bye, guys.
Bye, friends. Facebook pals and
YouTubers,
internet
video watchers,
can't words.
people who see us visually. Adios.